The woman downstairs became less important than the version he had created, the version that never changed, the version that never left, the version that belonged entirely to the room below and to him. By then, the crawl space was all he had. He barely left. Food wrappers accumulated around his blankets. Empty water bottles rolled between the wooden beams. The notebook grew thicker. The darkness became familiar. His entire world had narrowed to a black circle in the ceiling. Days were measured by it. Weeks were measured by it. Months disappeared through it. Sometimes she would lie in bed, scrolling through her phone. He would stay completely still, watching, listening, waiting. Sometimes she stared at the ceiling. Those moments terrified him, not because she could see him, but because he imagined she might. Whenever her eyes drifted toward the empty spotlight opening, his heart stopped. Then she would look away, and he would feel safe again, invisible again, forgotten again. Then the noises started. Accidents at first. A shifting knee, a slipping bottle, a wooden beam creaking beneath his weight. Tick, tick, scratch, a slow dragging noise. Sometimes he heard her pause below, listening. He froze every time, barely breathing, waiting for her to continue, waiting for her to ignore it. And she always did, until one night. It was nearly 2 a.m. The apartment below was completely dark except for the glow of her phone. He was watching as usual, lying above the spotlight opening, one eye pressed against the darkness. The room looked exactly the same as it had hundreds of nights before. Then something changed. She looked up, directly at the hole. His stomach tightened. For a moment, he didn't move. Neither did she. Then he realized something horrifying. She wasn't looking at the hole. She was looking at him. His face was hidden in darkness, but his eyes weren't. And she saw them for the first time. After all those months, after all those nights, she finally looked back. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3. Neither moved, neither blinked. Then panic took over. His elbow struck a wooden beam. Bang! The sound exploded through the crawl space. Instantly, he pulled away from the opening. His body crashed through insulation. Water bottles rolled across the floor. Blankets tangled around his legs. Thump, 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 thump. He crawled deeper into the darkness. Faster, faster, faster. Behind him, he heard a scream. The scream of someone who finally knew the truth. By sunrise, he was gone. He left everything behind. The blankets, the bottles, the food wrappers, the notebooks, the life he had built above the ceiling. The next day, hidden from a distance, he watched police officers enter the building. Hours later, they emerged, carrying evidence boxes. One of them held a notebook. His notebook. The final notebook. The one containing years of observations, years of watching, years of obsession. And on the final page was the last thing he ever wrote. A single sentence, written with shaking hands. Tonight, she finally looked back. Nobody ever found him. Nobody ever learned where he went. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, he still wakes up suddenly, covered in sweat, heart pounding, certain that someone is staring at him. And every time it happens, he looks toward the ceiling, just to make sure nobody is looking back.